Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Al Shai Bashem, Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to you all. And I'm going to title this video, I'm going to make this quick. I may do another update to this video, but I'm going to make this quick. I went into my, I'm going to entitle the video, what in the hell are you talking about with this half-breed nonsense? Or half-breed crap. So it says Elder Bun Yum Yum right and wrong about Gorilla Hebrew half-breeds always bug outs. What the fuck is this guy talking about, man? What the hell is this guy talking about? There's no such thing as no half-breeds. There's something wrong with you. You got demon. Your father's a Judite, but your mother might be an Irish woman or Edomite or whatever, Moabite. You can't be one of the elect. You can't be one of the a prophet or one of the elect. You ain't gonna make it in the ships. And you see, that's why we say GMS got 100% truth. So I'm just gonna let you listen to this nonsense right here. He was going well. He was doing what his name called for, Bun Yum Yum, son of the right. Then he went left. So let's go ahead and play it. Like I said, I'm not going to make this long. But if you are a brother in the truth, your mother, she might not even be an Edomite. She could be an Irish woman. She could be an Italian woman. She could be Portuguese. You got a lot of Israelites that look like every nation under heaven. So first of all, you don't know what his mother is. You don't know if she's an Edomite or a Judite or Jake or another nation. And let's say she was an actual Edomite. That doesn't mean that you are like half a prophet or not a prophet of the Lord. You're really not an Israelite. That's stupidity, man. And these are the guys, the HODC, here 20, 30 years go by and they know Cornelius is an Edomite. Here every campus is conceded Cornelius is an Israelite, and they're still saying Cornelius is an Edomite. Now if they said no, we teach that Cornelius is an Israelite now, yeah, you taught it because we here at GMS was getting on you about it. And then you eventually saw the light, I believe. So the question is, Cornelius being an Edomite, can he be delivered? Can he be saved? Can he receive blessings? Because why would the angel come to him and the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, send Peter to bring him into the fold? Just to at the last minute, you ain't gonna make it because you an Edomite anyway? That's stupid, man. But you people listen to you jump around, like it says in Ephesians 4 verse 11 on down to about 14. It speaks about going from every wind of doctrine. Like children, you jump from somebody says this, you go with that. Then somebody says something else, you go with another camp. It says in First Timothy 3, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. So let's just listen to it. I'm not going to be long on this. So listen up.
You damn half-breeds.
Oh, let me bring it back. So he's cursing out Elazar, and then he says that the real reason why he went off is because he's a half-breed. That's bullshit. You are what your father is. You're 100% Israelite. You're 100% Judite as your father's Judite. I don't care if your mother's an Ammonite, Moabite, or Hamite. You're 100% Israelite. You may have the DNA of an Edomite. You might have lighter skin, but you got Esau in you. You the same complexion as the Gorilla Hebrew. Maybe your great grandfather got that white skin. If you both your parents are dark, ain't no way you gonna come out looking like this, like one of the Huxtables. You know, the Huxtables, the the Bill Cosby show with the Huxtables. Two of his children? Yeah, Bonet and the other chick, the oldest one, where they hardly ever showed it that much. They were light-skinned, and both the parents, Felicia Rashad and Bill Cosby, were dark-skinned. So how in the fuck they get lights? They got a couple of dark. Got Rudy. Got this guy Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was dark. Bledsoe, she was dark, but then the two girls were light, super light-skinned. Which doesn't make any sense. So the fact that you the same complexion as well, you gonna call me a half? Oh, you a half breed, nigga? You just as light as me, man. Like my man, what's this dude's name? Damn, I can't think of his name. In Bamboozle, Tommy Davidson. He said to Savion Glover, what I met him a couple of times. He know he's an Israelite too. He said, "Nigga, you, what did he say? Nigga, you light skinned." If you watch the movie Bamboozle, but anyway, let's listen. And like I said, I'm not gonna say too much more. Let the spirit jump on me.
Demons, more powerful than what you had before, will take hold of you. Don't play with the Most High, man. Don't play with the Most High. Tell them about spook God. You're going to pay for that too. You tell them about spook God. Okay? The Most High said, Mike, yeah. Yeah, we being bamboozled. Yeah. Yeah. You bamboozle the people. You bamboozle them so you can get money. Talk about you fresh. Look at my fresh. Look at my fresh studs. That's of the world, dog. I call you a dog because you are a dog. And you know what? You know what I see too? This probably comes from you damn half-breeds. You half-breed that got these white parents. You friggin' half-breed.
So I guess Solomon's son that was set as king of Israel after Solomon, he sat next under the lineage of David. His mother was an Ammonite. So that means he went off? Man, stop that, man. David's, what was that? David's great-grandmother was a Moabite.
That shit comes from when you got white mothers and white fathers.
This guy's caught. He said white mothers and white fathers. If you got a white father or Edomite, you're an Edomite. If you got a so-called a white mother or Edomite mother and a Judite father, you're a Judite. I don't give a damn how. He must think that Blake Griffin's son is an actual Edomite. No, he an Edomite. Look at him. He is a straight up Edomite. I don't want to hear about his grandfather being a Levite, dark skinned Levite. It doesn't work like that, bro. It doesn't work like that. Mosai done took the truth from these guys, man. You're gonna get caught up in your emotion. His brother's a white woman, so he white. See, all them guys bug out like that. You got white in you too, man. White DNA.
I call you a dog because you are a dog. And you know what? You know what I see too? This probably comes from you damn half-breeds.
This guy's caught up in his emotion. And by the way, this guy teaches that Friday sundown and Saturday sundown is the Sabbath. Every week. Friday sundown, the sun going down, that's the Sabbath, brother. And can't prove it out the scripture. HODC can't prove it. IUIC can't prove it. ISUPK can't prove it. Wi-Fi can't. None of them camps can prove it. None of them can prove it. Now don't let me sick the two pit bulls on you, Hakar and Hassad, because they love to debate. You know. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more. But it's madness.
Half-breed that got these white parents. You friggin' half-breed. That shit comes from when you got white mothers and white fathers.
What the fuck is this clown talking about? What the hell is this guy talking about? So if a brother comes to school, he's a Judite, right? His father's from down south. but he's light skinned. Oh, what about your mother? Your mother? Who was your mother? She was a white woman. I think she was Cherokee. Oh, well, you can't come to the school. Now, on the other hand, if your mother's so-called black Israelite and your father's white, looks white, and another thing, you're gonna have, like I said, you're gonna have Israelites looking like every nation under the sun. If you don't have spiritual eyes to see it, you're not gonna see it. When you go to Revelation 7 verse 9, the angel said to John, who are these people? He looking at him, he said, they didn't look like Israelites to him. He said, I don't know who these people are. And the angel told him, he didn't mention the word Israel, but he was saying, no, those are Israelites too. You're going to have Israelites that's going to come out of this tribulation, that came out of great tribulation, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, and they're going to be looking like other nations. So that's why John, the apostle, couldn't recognize them. So you going off, bro. You going off, and you guys stuck in your emotions. You guys got all emotional about the grape thing too, because you guys don't do any deep study.
I'm gonna say it. I'm seeing it all the time. That's the problem. When you got these damn white mothers and white fathers.
This dude's a bug out, man. You a goddamn bug out. So now you go check. Well, look, brother. Yeah, you showed me a picture of your father. Yeah, he dark as hell. But what about your mother? Oh no, she's a Moabite. No, brother, you a Moabite, Ak. You a half Moabite, half. This is why this is why we say we're not affiliated with any other camp out there, because they bring a lot of madness. Like, this is madness, man. This is madness. You got Nate talking about there's a hell. He started teaching that 3 years ago. This is madness. This is apostasy. Look that word up.
That's the problem, you friggin' half-breed mongrel. You damn hybrid.
You're not a. This guy's not a fucking. He's not a mongrel, man. He's an Israelite. If his father's an Israelite, he's an Israelite. The fuck's going on, man? So, hey, you follow these guys and you go and the Most High destroy you, that's on you. That's on you.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Okay? That's the problem. When you got a white mother or you got a white father. And that's where the problem comes in. And the Most High going to weed you out and sift you out. The Most High said all the tears he's going to sift out.
What is a tear, Bunyamin? Or Elder Bunyamin? What is a tear? Pursuant to Matthew, chapter 13, when it speaks about the wheat and the tares, it's referring to people that look like Israelites that are actually Edomites based upon what their father is. And you're going to have Israelites looking just like Edomites.
Damn friggin' half-breed mongrel. That's the problem. I had a bunch of people following behind of you, causing a mess in Israel. That's it. I'm finished with this subject. Let me jump to my subject. I had to jump on that. I had to say something about this.
You had to get caught up in your emotions. That's what you had to do. Get caught up in your emotions.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you other elders and brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to you sisters, shalom to the elect. So I want to try to make this short. This video is Elder Benjamin of Old One West. So in this video, you know, I used to watch him before coming in Great Millstone. He's one of the heads of the HODC, if I'm not mistaken. So I, you know, have respect for him, but there's no respect to persons, right? So at the end of the day, this man is going off in what he said about Gorilla Hebrew. He's right though, but yet he's still wrong.
Hold up, this is the same demon They went to Israel and they gave him a damn yarmulke and he put it on his head. Made him look like Mr. Miyagi and shit. They don't put a fucking, go to the Wailing Wall and they made, you know, you got to put that cap on your head. And like it says in the Apocrypha, in the Maccabees, and made them wear a hat. And made them wear, them so-called Jews made him wear a hat. And he came out to the 34th Street camp and I cursed him out for it. And he had nothing to goddamn say. Hey, look, despite what this guy is going through, Alazar, he's still an Israelite and he's going to be in the kingdom. Okay?
You know, when it comes to his lineage, okay? He called him a half-breed, you know, and he's certain things he's saying. Like I said, I get on Guerrilla Hebrew on the things he did, the disrespect he had. That's just him. You know, you can't get but so angry about it, you know, but, you know, at the same time, we must be clear on what we teach and what we believe, you know, because you don't want that type of message to get out. Your mama's white, well, she still could be an Israelite, and so I don't care about the truth. When there's instances in the Bible where, let me get Numbers real quick, Numbers 12 real quick, Numbers 12:1, and Miriam, Aaron spake against Moses, right? Now, Aaron was the older brother of Moses because of the Ethiopian woman who he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman, right? So mainly Miriam was running her mouth about it. Long story short, when you go on down, the Lord cursed her, made her white, right? The 10th verse, and a cloud departed, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And this is what it says. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, right? Because this also proves that the Lord can switch and do whatever he wants to do. Now, Moses would more likely be the leader of Aaron, but no, the Lord chose Moses. Although the Lord showed favor to Aaron in some cases, like going into Egypt, because Moses couldn't speak the language well. So this is what Moses said to Aaron said to Moses, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon thee. Remember the spiritualness the Lord gave Moses when he put his hand in his dip, so to speak, in his bosom, and he pulled it out white. That was spiritual power, right? So again, we say, of course, the Lord did it, but hey, at the end of the day, the Lord uses men to do what he do. He may have touched Miriam or smacked her ass, and she turned white. She turned white as snow. So anyway, so this is, now Moses had a son named Gershom. And Gershom, the name Gershom means stranger. I've been a stranger in a strange land. So you would ask yourself, is Gershom a half-breed? Because race is not strictly color, but nationality. Right? So I think Elder Benjamin was just a little emotional and he lost his way of thinking.
He was a lot emotional. He was a lot emotional. Not a little. A lot.
I'm sure he doesn't think that, but maybe he does. So anyway, so yeah, the Midianite woman, Moses, I believe he had 2 sons. You know, scholars have, you know, some different interpretations on certain things, but yeah, I mean, with Midian, you know, Zipporah, I mean, that's how, hey, that's what it was. I mean, you go back to Ruth, the Moabite, with Boaz. A lot of people say, oh, she was an Israelite. No, she wasn't. When you read the story in Ruth, I believe the 4th chapter, I believe, when Naomi took the child and carried it, so that means that she was just playing the surrogacy, a surrogate mother. You know what I'm saying? She was just a breeder for Boaz. and that was all right. There's times when men, Israelite men, had heathens and had children with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. So it's not a bigger difference just because it was an Edomite. I mean, we know they're the worst of the heathens, but it's still heathens. And really, the scriptures speak of, in Galatians 6, every man prove his own work. That man is still an Israelite. He's not a half-breed. Eleazar, Sakari, he's still an Israelite. He just an off-Israelite. He didn't went off. Right? How many of these Israelites done bugged out with so-called same nationality of parents? That done dropped out of Old One West, that done bugged out, went into all kind of different philosophies, that had legitimate Israelite father and mother parents all the time. So you can't make this as an excuse because it's the guerrilla Hebrew. Yeah, you know, your emotions get out of control. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Right? It goes on to say, be not hasty. And this is why we read this. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Meaning, not just angry. Right? Because we're going to read on. Just the fact that you become like different to the world. The more you see, this is Ezekiel 9:4. The men who sigh and cry for the abominations become mad, mentally deranged to a degree, according to the world. Right? Let's go to 7 and 9. Be not hasty in the spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. And we all get, turned up. I understand that. But when you get turned up, and really, what should have happened with Elder Binyamin when he did that Masharala thing or whatever they had going on, Yasharala thing, and what's the other one? The head of that, and all that stuff went on with that party, the strip clubs, and I know Elder, I can't remember his name. The elder there as well got on him about the wickedness in the strip club, and then Sakari came back and was very disrespectful to them as elders as well. And in my mind, I was like, well, damn, he left GMS and he was disrespectful to Elder Apostle Tahar on down, right? And then you don't think that he would be disrespectful to other elders. So he kind of moved like Fopi. They just jumped in, jumped out, got a little here, got a little there, got a following, got some money. Elder Barak, that's who I wanted to say, Elder Barak, which is also a good teacher. Elder Binyamin, I would say, is a good teacher as well. I'm not saying these elder men aren't good teachers. They just go off. I believe they believe in the mark of the beast, the chip. They don't really teach
that.
They
do, but they don't push it. They don't push it.
Like Great Millstone teaches. You know what I'm saying? So, those are flaws. But to say that, we can't put that energy out there. That just because that man had a white mother, that he's never really been in the truth, and he's a tear and all that. Nah, if he had an Edomite father, and then that's even where you draw the line with that. If his father looks black, right, but is actually an Edomite, then he's a tear. This is what it is. Proverbs 17:28. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed as a man of understanding. I think all of us is guilty of this. You get turned up, and you say things that you don't normally want to say. You say things out of pocket. That's called not being in control of your spirit. And the whole time Elder Binyamin, he knew this man had a white mother. Nobody cared. just long as he was in the spirit. But when this man, Gorilla Hebrew, said some things about the truth and got offended, well, that's going to happen, as 1 Corinthians the 4th chapter say. We got to suffer that. We got to deal with it. This man, Elazar, is a reprobate. You know, he didn't stand the test. Whether he's the elect or not, I can't say. You know, I really can't say. More than likely, no. When you turn your back from the plow, you're not of the elect. You're just not of the elect. It's all right, because many are called, but few are chosen. It's just what it is. I just wanted to bring that out, right? Let me go here. Ecclesiastes 10 and 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool consume him. The beginning of his talk is folly, and the end of his speech is evil, which will say mischievous and madness. Yet the fool multiplies words. No one knows what is coming, and who can tell him what will come after him. What will come after him. So, you know, I didn't expect him to say all that. You know, that's, I don't know if this is a teaching that HODC is teaching now, that if you got a black father, a so-called black Israelite father, and a white mother, you're a half-breed, you know. I don't know if that's what they teach. I doubt it, because he was all up in the hookup. But he said he's seen this, and it's probably true because of the different cultures. You know, where, you know, Jake, they love their mamas. You know, all Jake gonna love their mamas to some degree, even if it is an Edomite, you know. But what do you got to do? You got to still follow the law. Whether she Edomite or not, that's still your mother. Until the Lord pronounced judgment on her as an Edomite. Elazar admitted that his mother's an Edomite, right? And really, it's a spiritual thing. If that's what he believes, I've never met her. I've never spoken with her. He knows that just because you're white doesn't mean you're an Edomite. And I don't even understand why he even brought that out in the first place. Just so you can bring more confusion. So you can get on the panel and say, hey, my mama's going into slavery. She's an Edomite. You got to be pretty strong to come into truth and be able to accept that. But then it's also, you know, a situation where it's an act. Now we see it was all fraudulent. So that's pretty much it. I think Elder Benyamin, he got past his you know, past himself. You know, he got past, you know, his natural way of thinking and understanding because of all these things this man said. And you become angry. And then you become angry, you start saying crazy things. Unless I'm all wrong in everything I just said today, and that's what he really believes, that these all half-breeds, you know, they have a thing called pedigree. Let's go to Numbers 1 real quick, and I'll end it on this. Numbers 1 and 14. Yeah, I'm the 1 and 18. I'm not the one that just enjoy getting on Elazar. You know, hey, I'm gonna just get on him. You know, views to get on him and whatever. I mean, if he's right, he's right. If he's wrong, he's wrong. But I say right here, Elder Benyamin, he's kind of wrong on this one. It had nothing to do with him having a white mother. It had everything to do with him just being an Israelite, and as long as he understood, then that's what it is. But I get it, that pride of Edom may have been on him to make him act that way, but at the end of the day, all these allegations that came up on him is all from the experiences of like Edom, but it's in all the communities, believe it or not. But we know it's prevalent in the Edomite society and in his father and what he was going through. So it looks like Elazar has been, you know, he's been ran through the mud. You know, he done had a messed up, seems like a, you know, a messed up lifestyle. He had some serious situations may have happened to him when he was younger, dealing with his parents. But this is what the truth and the brotherhood is supposed to be for. The problem with chief priest Eleazar, his pride. He should have stayed where he was, grew in the truth, right? And had leaders over him to help guide him. And they don't. And this is
He
what
was still young, even though he put years in. What he's got, how many years? 15 years? I don't know. That's still young. You ain't got 40 years, 35 years. You ain't been around with the One West, and so forth and so on. So, what does the scripture say? One of my favorite scriptures that I hardly ever use. Put in novice. Novice. This novice is written in the scripture, I believe, only once. I'm going to read it in the King James. And 1 Timothy 3, verse 6, not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, not a novice, least being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Being lifted up with pride, novice means new. Now I said, ever learning, but never able to come to knowledge of the truth. I meant to say 2 Timothy 3, not 1 Timothy 3, early in the video. So now let's go to the NLT. NLT. Go to a couple of versions. I'm sorry. Let me do it this way. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me do it this way. Put in the actual scripture. An elder must not be a new believer, because he might become proud and the devil would cause him to fall. So you shoot up fast, fast, you 5 years you teaching like people think you've been, I thought you was in this thing for the last 20 years. You're still a novice, man. So you get prideful. Yeah, I'm the real leader. I'm this and that and the third. Then what happens? It says he might become proud and the devil would cause him to fall. The devil will cause him to fall. Let's go to the, let me get a couple others. Give me a second here. Is the AMP in this one? Oh, right here, right here. Let's see what that says. Come on now. And he must not be a new convert, so that he will not behave stupidly and become conceited. By appointment to this high office, is a high office, and fall into the same condemnation incurred by the devil for his arrogance and pride. Now they put that in there, meaning he fell out of heaven. They went off on that. Let me try the YLT, the young literal, what is that, literal translation or living. Let me see here. Give me a second. Young's literal translation, I was correct. Not a new convert, lest having been puffed up, he may fall to a judgment of the devil. Remember, the Apostle Paul called Satan on somebody. He cursed others, somebody's. There's a GNT here. GNT, where are you at? No GNT. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next shalom.